Winning the Super Bowl is really f***ing hard. But why is it that hard? Today I'm explaining why winning a Lombardi trophy is arguably one of the hardest championships to win in American sports. Starting with the first reason, championship window. How long do you think a Super Bowl window lasts? 3 years? Maybe 5 years? Sometimes it's only one season. For example, 2017 Jaguars. Their defense was historically good. Ramsey, Calais Campbell, Miles Jack, they only gave up 12.8 points per game and allowing just 169.9 passing yards a game. One of the greatest defenses, if not the greatest defense, of the 2010s. They made it all the way to the AFC Championship game that year to play Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. If it wasn't for a suspect call by the ref, they might have even actually went to the Super Bowl that year.
Shoulder in front. A whole brigade, but Miles Jack falls on it, comes up with the football. He's got the football in his hands.
Rolling on the field, the runner fumbled. It was recovered by the defense. First down, Jacksonville.
The future looked very bright. With most of their star players being on the younger side, the NFL world thought the Jaguars would be here to stay for the next couple of years. In 2018, they went 5-11. Wait, 5-11? What happened? Well, their window closed in just 1 year. The defense the following season was still good, but not historically good like it was in 2017, which defenses are a lot less consistent year to year than offenses. The Jaguars had a very favorable schedule that year in 2017, with a lot of easy matchups against divisional rivals that were struggling with injuries, which did not happen the following year. After that, it was over. They weren't able to retain the personnel that they had in 2017, especially on the defensive side of the ball, which tends to happen when a team is built off splurging in free agency like the Jaguars did in 2017. By the time Ramsey and Calais Campbell were gone, the defense was pretty much unrecognizable. In 2019, they went 6-10. In 2020, they went 1-15. And in 2021, they went 3-14. Going from the AFC Championship game to 15-50 over the next 4 years. The Jags window was 1 year, and all they got was an AFC Championship loss, which happens to most teams. Some franchises make winning look normal. The Patriots, the Steelers, the 49ers, the Cowboys, teams that have won 5 or more Super Bowls, some would call them the Blue Bloods of the NFL, teams that owned decades. Steelers in the 70s.
Football family, there's no higher honor than winning the Super Bowl.
49ers in the 80s.
That's the greatest feeling in the world. That's what it's all about. They'll never forget this.
Cowboys in the 90s. Pats in the 2000s and the 2010s. And they had the rings to show for it. But those teams have completely warped how fans think about success. Out of 32 teams in the NFL, 12 teams have never won the Super Bowl, and 4 teams have never even been to the Super Bowl, which unfortunately, the Jags are a part of that group. Almost 40% of NFL teams have never won a Super Bowl. 3 teams have won 1 Super Bowl, 7 teams have won 2 Super Bowls, 3 teams have won 3 Super Bowls, and 3 teams have won 4 Super Bowls. Teams own eras. You'll be lucky to get 1 Super Bowl in 10 to 20 years if you're not one of those teams owning the era. But sometimes players own eras as well.
Hey, ain't never met nothing like this. Hey, it's Tom Brady, though, man.
Tom Brady broke people's expectations. He won 7 Super Bowls in 23 years played, meaning he won a championship in about 30% of the seasons he played, which is insane. That is not normal. There's been tons of Hall of Famers, legends of the game, that have never won a Super Bowl. Barry Sanders? Nope. Dan Marino? 0. Randy Moss. Nope. Adrian Peterson. No rings. And even future legends that are active in the NFL right now. Out of the 32 starting QBs in the NFL currently, only 5 of them have a ring. Some of the greatest players ever couldn't get one. So if your favorite player hasn't won one yet, that's actually normal. Brady made it seem easy. Patriots are basically in the AFC Championship game every year, it seems. But in reality, not everyone's Tom Brady. But every once in a while, Tom had to get a little lucky. Okay, maybe a little more than once in a while. The NFL is too chaotic for luck not to matter. You hear it basically after every Sunday in the fall. That team got lucky, which sometimes they're right, but other times they're just mad their team lost. But you actually need luck to win the Super Bowl. Injuries, snow games, bad officiating, weird bounces, missed field goals, these are all components of luck. And in sports, where a few key plays can decide outcomes, tend to have more of a luck component. Championship teams are usually great, but they're also lucky. Yes, upsets happen, and you still have to play the game, but usually the team that wins the Super Bowl at the end of the year was the best team in the NFL that year. It doesn't always end up like that. The best team doesn't always win the Super Bowl. And people love an underdog. The tale of his time. And people especially love an underdog in football. February 3rd, 2008. The mighty 17-0 Patriots take on the 10-6 New York Giants, New Jersey. Giants win 17-14. February 3rd, 2002, St. Louis Rams versus the New England Patriots with a 6th-round quarterback. Patriots win 20-17. January 25th, 1998, the reigning MVP Brett Favre and the defending Super Bowl champion Packers look to go back-to-back versus the Denver Broncos. Broncos win 31-24. What each of these games have in common is, all 3 of those games, the favorite team was favored by 11 or more points, and they all lost. Upsets happen. They don't happen often in the Super Bowl, but they do happen. They happen in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, and in the regular season, which means sometimes the best team that season doesn't always win. Just because a team wins that day doesn't mean they were the better team throughout the year. They were just better that one day. The NFL playoffs are single elimination. One bad day and your entire season is over. 2023 Ravens, 2018 Saints, 2017 Steelers, 2016 Falcons, 2015 Panthers, 2012 49ers, 2011 Packers, 2007 Patriots. The list goes on and on. It happens every year. And think about that list of teams I just said. Besides the Patriots, they're kind of a different breed. Has any of those teams actually made it to a Super Bowl since? And this happens every year. But these NFL players aren't just competing and fighting versus other NFL teams. They're fighting against time as well.
The problem is you think you have time.
Kendrick.
My apologies. I thought my time was up.
Every NFL player thinks they'll get another chance. Most don't. The average length of an NFL career is between 3 and 4 years. Now, this can change depending on position and obviously skill, but the window for you playing in the NFL is not that long. So that means the window for you to win something is also not that long. Time goes by very quickly. Seasons go by very quickly. The league changes, bring in new GMs, coaches, and players. You don't have as long as you think you do. Teams don't always make it back. That young, scrappy team that made it in the Super Bowl but lost, surely they'll be back. No, they won't. That's why losing the Super Bowl hurts more than the joy of winning one. You never know if you'll truly make it back. And most teams don't. Ask the Falcons.
Patriots win the Super Bowl. Brady has his fifth. What a comeback.
Bengals.
The Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
Panthers.
Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
They all thought they'd be back. Some teams only get one shot out of how many years? Especially, like I said, if you're not part of the elite franchises that have owned decades. And it even happens then, too. I mean, look at the Cowboys. Haven't been to Super Bowl since the 90s. Look at the Steelers. Haven't won a playoff game in 10 years. Look at the Niners and Packers. They keep choking away playoff games. The clock is ticking. You just have to hope you get one before your time runs out. But there is one advantage that you can have if you want to make a deep playoff run to help your chances at hoisting the Lombardi. Quick question. Who's the best coach in the NBA right now? Took you a while to think of one, right? Now, who's the best coach in the NFL? Andy Reid, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McCarthy. They come to mind immediately. In the NFL, coaching is very important, almost as important as the players. Usually, a full NFL staff consists of 20 to 25 coaches per team. In comparison to the NBA, usually a little lower than that, around 15 to 20 coaches. MLB, a little lower as well, 10 to 15, and soccer, even lower than that. And it makes sense. The NFL has about 53 players in each team, even more with practice squad, more players, more coaches. Which is why the coaches you select and choose to have on your team is so important. And you see it with all the great dynasties. 70 Steelers, Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll being carried off. They were about the worst team in pro football when he took over. I would say their best years are ahead of them.
80s 49ers, Bill Walsh.
Nobody knew what kind of offense we had. Nobody knew for that, right? Game ball. Coach Bill.
90s Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson.
Did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
2010s Pats, Bill Belichick.
But fellas, it's just about doing our job. Get up, now tackle. You're not on it. You're on it at all.
T-E-A-M as in team.
And the 2020s Chiefs, Andy Reid.
All right, let's give a little Chiefs here. All about those Chiefs. We're the championship here.
Now, this isn't groundbreaking information. You need great coaching in order to win. But in the NFL, it's just that more important. And you could argue, out of the four main sports, football coaching is the most important. More players, more coaches, more significant. But every great head coach needs his coach on the field, his quarterback. 70 Steelers had Chuck Noll and Terry Bradshaw. 80s 49ers had Bill Walsh and Joe Montana. 90s Cowboys had Jimmy Johnson and Troy Aikman. 2010s Pats had Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And the 2020s Chiefs had Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I would say about 80% of the last 60 Super Bowls, the winning team had a Hall of Fame quarterback playing in that game. It's the most important position in football. They have the ball in their hands every play. They can decide who wins the game sometimes and who loses the game sometimes. You need great quarterback play to win the Super Bowl. But you could have coaching, you could have great QB play, and still lose. It happens. Bill Belichick didn't win every Super Bowl he went to. Tom Brady didn't win every Super Bowl he went to. You still need everything else. You need the stars to align. There isn't one formula to winning the Super Bowl. Every champion gets there differently. Some ride legendary defenses.
Walter Payton, Mike Ditka, hungry Chicago, finally champion.
The Baltimore Ravens, for the first time in their franchise, are Super Bowl champions.
Some have all-time quarterbacks.
Chiefs are Super Bowl champions here in Miami as they win it here in Super Bowl 54.
Some get hot at exactly the right time.
The Giants have won the Super Bowl.
Some survive because a call went their way.
No time on the clock, and the Patriots have won Super Bowl 36. Unbelievable.
And some are just generational teams.
Shula has won his Super Bowl. The Miami Dolphins have defeated the Washington Redskins. Miami has won Super Bowl 7. The final score.
You need talent, you need coaching, you need chemistry, you need health, you need your championship window to stay open, you need a little bit of luck, and above all, you need it to happen all at the exact same time. This season, 32 teams will chase the same dream, and 31 of them will come up short. Because in the NFL, the Super Bowl isn't just won by the best team, it's won by the team whose stars align at exactly the right moment. So, who will it be this year?
Think of all that time. Every sprint in the summer, every wait in the winter. All those hours no one else saw. It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time.